Alright, hope everybody's having a good one. Welcome to Microsoft Flight Simulator with Cookie Pirate. Today, we're flying the SR22 out of Seward, Alaska, on the eastern side of the Kenai Peninsula. We're headed up over to Cordova. It's going to be about a 45-minute flight. We're going at 17,000 feet, about 120 miles. Climb aboard and let's go flying. Snow everywhere again. Oh man, that's the wrong season. Well, it still looks beautiful anyway. Okay, battery switch is on. Strobe lights on. Going to be a little bit of a drain on the electrical system. Want to go ahead and get the engine running. Cycle the mixture. It shouldn't start all the way forward. Start the back. Boost pump on. Throttle. All it back and bump it forward here. Clear left. Clear right. Engage the magnetos to both, and one last check. Clear! Engine is started, oil pressure is immediately up into the green. Temperature is starting to rise. Alternator, oh come on. I tried to move over and it didn't highlight that. Alright, alternator switch is on. Set the CDI to GPS. Lean the mixture. For peak RPM. It's going to be right there. We'll pull the power back to idle. Avionics on. We can go ahead and turn the nav lights on. Let's go ahead and set. We're going at 17,000. FLC. Power should be idle. That kind of just seemed to have jumped again. I might have something going on with my throttle. Nav mode on, VNav mode on. Okay, let's go ahead and grab the weather here. Oh, no. There we go. We're the weather at Seward. 210 at 6, visibility 10, sky clear, 18 Celsius, which again makes me wonder why everything is covered in snow. 30.09 is set on the altimeter. 18 Celsius is fairly warm for Seward. There's actually good weather all over the state again today. And the airport... What did we say? 210 at 6, and our runway choices are 1331 or 1634, which is 2,300 feet long. We could take off runway 16. Or we could take 13. Topographic so we can see a little better. Yeah, okay, so we're gonna have to taxi that direction anyway. It's beautiful scenery though. Let's go ahead and release the parking brake. Clear both sides. Wow. Yeah, that's really pretty. They have you go right through the grass of that taxiway. Oh my gosh, that is something wonky. Oh gosh, would you look at this right here? Taxiway light in the middle of the taxiway. Alright, well, we're about coming up to the hold position here. I'm kind of all over the place with the brakes. Parking brake set. We will go ahead and do a run up. So mixture goes full rich. Boost pump is on 1700 RPM. It's a little high. That'll work. Alright, let's do a mag check real quick. Right mag is good. Left mag is good. Back to both. Let's do landing light, ice light, pitot heat. Excuse me. And electrical systems are good. We can turn these two off. Engine instruments are all in the green. No warnings, cautions, errors. No idle power. Let's go ahead, flaps half. Set trim to takeoff. Side flaps are checked at half. Rudder's good. Ailerons are good. Elevator is good. We're holding short of runway 13 right now. Go back into the cockpit here. Release the parking brake. And we have two choices. We're going on to runway 13 and we can just go straight as we line up. Or we can kind of continue the turn to the right and take off runway 16. That will give us a more direct into the wind. But it's a shorter runway. For whatever reason, doesn't look like a runway, it looks like a taxiway. Let's stick with 13. Alright. So what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to set the parking brake back. Now that we're lined up, we're going to set runway heading. We're going to zoom out on the map. And I just want to check kind of our... Actually, let's put topographic back on. So yeah, our course is going to take us right over these tall mountains here. So we may actually have to fly out over the water a little bit. And we can always adjust the heading. So that's why 16 would be nice if we go out over the water further. But I don't trust taking off. It looks like taxiway markings all over that. Now if it starts further down or something, I don't know. I'm not going to chance it. We can always turn to heading 160 after we take off from runway 13. So let's just, yeah, let's go ahead and stick with that there. I'm going to go ahead and turn relative terrain on. Everything else looks good. Let's release the parking brake. Full power. Engine instruments are good. Airspeed's alive. .77 knots, we can rotate. Oh, look at the water right there. Wow. It's pretty. We got a positive rate. Let's bring the flaps up. And the scenery is absolutely gorgeous, except for the fact that it's the middle of July and 65 degrees Fahrenheit outside, and everything is covered in snow. Yeah, look at those. Those mountains up there are really high. There's the town of Seward. Alright, 800 feet up, let's engage the autopilot. And, oh, don't turn nav on, we need heading. That should... Yeah, let's go ahead and turn out over the water. 160 heading is actually perfect for that. I'm going to slow the FLC down to 103. The reason for that is our VY. That's our best rate of climb. It'll get us the highest altitude in the shortest time. We can turn the landing light off. Lean the mixture out to the bottom of the green arc here in a moment. We'll leave it full rich for now since we're still so close to the ground. Grab a look outside the cockpit. And, wow, that's beautiful. If we zoom back, it's kind of tough to see the airport right now, but that does not look like a runway. And it may start there, and it may end kind of somewhere there. But that's still, without having more familiarity of the airport, I would not trust that. But that is absolutely gorgeous. Now we just need to be able to turn and go up over that. Everything is like completely whited out, covered in snow. But that's definitely a glacier right there. That's pretty. Alright. Now, with the rate of climb that we're getting right now, I think we can go ahead and turn. We do have a bit of a pass that we can follow if we need to. Green is taken over too, so... Yeah, I think at our current rate of climb, we'll be over that, no problem. So our route today is taking us over the eastern portion of the Kenai Peninsula. Here's the Seward Airport. And then we're flying over kind of some islands, some water, and Cordova's over here. Short flight, about 45 minutes. In fact, let me go ahead and turn that on. Now that we're airborne. So just for reference, what's around? Seward being here, of course. Homer is the opposite direction. Kenai itself and Soldotna are the opposite direction, and Anchorage would be to our north, right off our left wing. But a pretty good distance away. And then, of course, Valdez out over this way. Out, if you were to continue east, you'd run into Yakutat. And then southeast Alaska, including Juneau and that area. It's bumpy. We're over all the terrain now. And I suppose we can actually go ahead and set our heading. And let's go ahead and intercept the course. Heat heat is required. Let's go ahead and turn that on. Temperature dropped quick. And we're going to have a pretty hefty headwind. It's part of why I'm only going at 17,000. All our temperatures are looking good. We do need to lean the mixture now. Good there. As we fly that course, we will intercept the nav, the GPS track. Up here, 10,000 feet, it's -2 Celsius. But yeah, I mean, you look back that way, you get that beautiful view. And I'm not sure if we can see Anchorage from here. But I believe it would be kind of up this way. Still probably a little bit far. But of course, Seward being back here. And you'd run up there, and then the road would run that way to go to Kenai, Soldotna, and then Homer. And go back up the other way toward Anchorage. These are the mountains of the Alaska Peninsula. Or well, not these necessarily, but kind of that chain running back that way. Just ocean out that way. But if you get a look outside, definitely a pretty view. The mountains would continue down that way toward the southern tip of the peninsula around Seldovia in that area, and then Kodiak Island would be further back out that way. So those are definitely part of the Alaska Peninsula out that way. And yeah, oh, you know what? I think you can a little bit. I want to say this area over here is Anchorage. Maybe a little tough to make out. Get a nice view of some of these glaciers, though. That one right back there. For sure a pretty view, though, regardless of this season. And yeah, we've got a 23 knot direct headwind. That's just eating into our airplane performance today. Not much you can do about that, though.
Driving towards the sun with a rose and a gun. Feel the wind in my hair, going nowhere I swear. Like an outlaw on the run, dangerous but it's so fun.
Running almost 2,000 feet per minute though in the climb, which is really good climb performance. And that'll give us more time in our high cruise speed. So we'll level off here in the next couple minutes. Or no, actually in about the next 20 to 30 seconds. So we're only going to 17,000. And we just passed 16.5. Alright, there we are, leveled off. I'm going to go ahead and do cruise. We're going to pull back to 30.5 on the manifold pressure. Now this is being incredibly finicky. definitely something wrong with my throttle, and I don't know what it is. Alright, and we'll pull back. We're looking for... oh my gosh. See, it keeps kind of jumping around.
Told my boss that I'm done. Had no luck with my mom. Say, what will you do with your life? You know it's hard to survive. A cigar in my mouth. Maybe guilty but proud. Now I'm an outlaw on the run.
Alright, there's peak power. Let's go ahead and switch fuel tanks. Yep, switch to the right. Boost pump can come off. And our cruise power is set. We have a direct 25 knot headwind. So we're only doing 177 over the ground. So that's... yeah. Kind of on the low end. Not much you can do about that, though. But if you look out that way, that is pretty. Just get to fly over these islands and kind of this bay here. And that is the... I forget. Oh, it's Prince William Sound. That's what that is. And then if you look out that way, it's the Gulf of Alaska, which ultimately becomes the Pacific Ocean. Yeah, we should have a pretty nice view on the way in into Cordova. When we took off from there the other day, the view was just absolutely spectacular. And I imagine coming in, and the weather's looking really good over at Cordova today too. So, so I would imagine that we're gonna get treated to just as beautiful of a view going in as we did when we took off. So yeah. Passing over the rest of the Kenai Peninsula. This all is Prince William Sound, a couple islands here, and then Cordova sitting at the, basically the, well, not quite, but this is the Copper River. Sitting not far from that, and then, not sure what that there is. That here is Yakutat, I believe. And you're not too far removed from Juneau, Haines, Skagway, Gustavus, and Whitehorse in the Yukon. So yeah. 27 knot, basically direct headwind. So we're doing 182 over the ground, 160 true. Or sorry, 160 indicated. We're doing 208 true. So that's... yeah, we're taking quite a hit. And the wind was worse at higher altitudes. Might do another flight later up into the interior where it's quite warm. Town of Eagle is 27 Celsius. Fairbanks, it's 23. Fort Yukon is 24. So really just warm, pleasant weather across the board. Unseasonably warm weather this far north. I mean, in the Yukon Northwest territories, it's very warm. Now, it makes for good flying weather, though, so we'll take it. Yeah, I mean, it's just crystal clear out over here. Look at that view. Grab a look out the cockpit and take a look behind us. So this all is Prince William Sound. And if you were to go up kinda, I believe, in this way, roughly, is Valdez. And Cordova is, well, straight ahead since that's where we're flying to, aimed at, and then just some islands kind of here in the middle, and then out over here is the Gulf of Alaska, which eventually just becomes the Pacific Ocean. There's nothing further out that direction, land-wise. Yeah, absolutely spectacular view. Trying to think of what kind of flight I might want to do later on, take advantage of the good weather. It's got some options. Could go out around this area again since it's so nice. Could do a bit of a longer haul flight. You could go up into the interior. And I haven't forgotten about a Hawaii or French Polynesia flight. I know we did the one out of Polynesia the other day. I want to get my scenery kind of all set and situated, especially for Hawaii. Because the land and the scenery down there, like the terrain is done really well, the buildings are done really well, but the airports are not. Airports, Honolulu is okay. Same with the Marquesas Islands and Tahiti itself. Just need to get the updated scenery because the stock scenery is kind of lacking. I'll be really interested to see how Flight Sim 24 handles airport generation. That's one thing in this version that is not done super well. Now the handcrafted airports are super. They are done phenomenally, but the, I guess just AI generated or whatever scenery, not so much. Catching some base 28. Hey, welcome. Catching some bass, I guess I would say. Looks like a, I take it that's a fish. Wow, just look at that. And so we're probably about 40% of the way there. Another 25 minutes. It's a short hop despite having a pretty stiff headwind. 29 knots. Alfie, welcome. Where are we flying to? Cordova, Alaska. So we took off from Seward over here on the Kenai Peninsula, and short, about 45 minutes over here to Cordova. Pretty short, sweet, simple. May do a bit longer flight later today. Getting a little bit bumpy there. Yeah, wow, look at that.
Just like the street lights lit this town, like a fire in a blaze, gotta burn it.
That sure is a pretty area. So I mean, I love doing my flights up here in Alaska, just all over. Also the Yukon, but there's, I mean, the areas are large, and I mean, there's a ton of scenery diversity up here. I mean, you've got the mountains and the glaciers like this. Looks amazing, can't lie. Oh yeah, I wish I could fly this stuff in the real world. I mean, over here you've got islands and glaciers and snow-capped mountains. You go inland, you've got the rivers, other mountain ranges. You've got the tundra up far north. All the inlets out here. Rolling hills around Dawson. So you get a bit of everything. Except palm trees and beaches. You're not gonna find that. But that's when I fly in Hawaii and French Polynesia, if I want something tropical. I've I've dreamed of going to Alaska for years and taking kind of a little bit of a backcountry flying trip. One thing I'd love to do someday. And this is about as close to that as I can get right now, so... but it's sufficient. About 20 minutes en route. 60 miles away from Cordova. Let's see if we can pick the weather up. We're right at the halfway point. Not available, really. Alright, well, let's do it this way. We'll go into the map. Cordova. Oh, that's the NDB. There we go. Oh, look at that. Wind calm visibility is 10 miles. Clear skies 22 Celsius. That's quite warm there, too. 30.08. So, since we are not above 18,000 feet, we can just go ahead and set that since we've passed the halfway point. And we may get a weather update here in a little bit. We'll just, we'll set it for that for now. What am I playing on? I play on PC as opposed to Xbox, but yeah, I've got a custom built PC. It's a Ryzen 7 5800X 3D processor and a RX 6900 XT GPU. I do want to go ahead and select an approach. So we've got a choice for arrivals. I think we could probably do the visual for runway 9. The wind is calm, and that's pretty much right on our path. So we'll set that up, and if for any reason we evaluate and feel that it is not adequate to land that way, then yeah, we just change the approach. Just want to check and make sure it doesn't have us doing any wacky... Oh, yes, it does. So we need to set a direct path for that. Yeah, okay. So this is what it'll take us to, is just right into here, set up for final approach. So we'll actually fly right over the city of Cordova and kind of this little inlet here. So let's close that out. We're going to have to set altitude pretty quickly here, so let's just go ahead and start down to 7,000 feet. Scroll down here, GPS direct straight. I guess for that it is beyond the top of descent, so we'll go ahead and set the FLC. We're going to pull the power back to about 40%. Up to there, go ahead and get started down, and our FLC is set to 159. It's good enough, which was our cruise speed. And remember the rule of thumb, if you are using the FLC, your speed is set and your vertical speed, or your descent rate, is controlled with the throttle. And the other way around, if you are using VNAV, your descent rate is controlled, or fixed, and your speed is controlled with the throttle. So this works for now. And I'm going to check the map real quick. Just take a look and make sure we're not passing over anything. 7,003. Realistically, we could go all the way down to 4,000 safely. go ahead and set that. 4,000. And I think I already basically see. You zoom in and take a look over. Kind of up here. I believe the airport lies right back here. There's the actual town of Cordova. Right there. A tall mountain out that way. I'm not sure what that is right there. There's a chance that that could be Mount Logan over in Canada. I don't think... That might be that right there. There's another mountain, just really faint. Kind of tough to tell. Oh, I put a little power in to slow the descent rate. And the reason for that is we've got a head start on descent, so oh wow, look at that. I really need to get like a custom paint scheme for this plane. They need to fix where the tail number is, because that's definitely not the correct spot. Yeah, plenty to see out back that way. For sure a pretty area. Yeah, so there's going to be the town of Cordova and the airport. I believe it's right back here. So we're not too far away. In about 13 minutes or so, we'll be on the ground. Alright, now the VNAV profile should back up. Kind of configuring a couple things, because the way this has us, we're going to be passing basically right over the top of this mountain, and we're not going to be able to do that. So we're going to try to go between them, basically right over the town, excuse me, and fly a short distance over the... I guess it's really just a lake, but basically the town is located right here, and we will come around and pick up that way. So we are going to actually switch over to heading and begin a gentle turn, and we're going to go ahead and activate vector to final now, and that gives us the intercept course. And we may have to go through it slightly. When we say when we go through it, means fly past to the other side of it and then turn back in that way. That is generally something pilots do just unintentionally, so they don't turn the course and line up totally properly. But sometimes you'll actually go through the course on purpose for some sort of a navigation in terms of whether trying to get around terrain or get resequenced or to go the opposite direction to kind of lose some altitude. It depends. There's various reasons. About 8.5 minutes. But they're saying that we'll be on the ground.
When you want to get off that darkest ground.
So in general, given the descent rate versus the climb rate, we tend to spend about double, roughly, almost double the time in descent as we do in climb. Well, that's if we're doing a full power climb. If we do the cruise climb, it balances out more. Oh, wow. Yeah, look at that way. Bunch of ocean, couple islands, though. Now, that's quite a pretty view. If you look behind us, just a lot of open water, Prince William Sound, and the easternmost mountains of the Kenai Peninsula. And Seward, where we took off of, is tucked into the back of some of those, so you won't be able to see it, of course. And one more quick check here. 70. There's a mountain that's 3,000 feet. Yeah, we can probably... Yeah, we can make our way down to 3,000 for now. Go ahead and zoom back in on this. I want to reverse the the controls for that. Because the way I zoomed the mouse wheel to zoom in and out, it feels counterintuitive. So I actually probably should go into the settings and change that just for... Starting to get just a tiny bit bumpy down here. 9 Celsius, we can turn the pitot heat off as it continues to warm up and we will not be flying through any moisture. So this is where we might be getting a little creative because we're going to have to navigate through here. Clip the side of the hill. We're allowed to pass 500 feet above it. Alright, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna set the heading to fly that way. The wind is calmer down here, which is nice. And we're going to get a beautiful view right over the city of Cordova. And then what we'll have to do is fly over the water and intercept the course over that way. Based on that, we can continue down to 2,000. What we should probably do is go ahead, turn the FLC off, and pull the power back and start slowing the plane down. Just keep an eye on our cylinder head temps not to get below 240. Our EGTs are super low, but that's okay. The cylinder head temps are what we need to watch. Real quick, grab a beautiful view of the city coming in. Just take a look at that. Wow. Wow. That's something remarkable. That's something you're not going to see very often. Be able to fly right over the town like that on the way in. Beautiful area. There's a grass strip closer to downtown airport. Seaplanes can use that there. Cylinder temps are below 240. Let's add some power just to get that to back up. And let's actually just go ahead and disengage the autopilot, fly by hand. Could stay right at 2,000. So yeah. We're actually okay to fly that way, but I'm just gonna, for good measure, back out over the water and turn back in and intercept. Take a look right there at the town. What a gorgeous view. And what we don't want to do is turn in too close. We can see the descent path is starting, so we are going to go ahead and turn back in, set half flaps. We'll intercept the course out over here over the open field. It's flat. Final items, let's go ahead and turn the landing light on. Let's turn the switch pump, mixture full rich, and we should be good for now. And take a look right there. It's pretty. Beautiful view of the mountain peak. Lined up, we have a very slight crosswind. I mean, the winds were saying variable at 3. Let's take the power out. Let's get her slowed down. All flaps. Put the power back in.
Just begun. We will always take a stand for the people. For
Just a tiny bit low now. Let's come back up here.
let's go back to when we were young. For the animals.
Yeah, we're back on approach course.
Let's go back to when trees were swung. Kids across the land. Savannah, I'm coming home. Savannah, we'll never be alone. Savannah,
Now look at that.
the beauty of the world. Savannah, let's all take a 500.
Wow. That's gorgeous.
Savannah,
Tiny bit low again.
I'm coming.
We have good speed though. Alright, there we go. Back on a glide path. Let's take a little bit of power out. Now we're a tiny bit high. Back down. And the wind shifted, and now we're getting a stronger crosswind from the opposite side. Alright, let's take power out, because we're still a little bit fast. Now, would you look at that, though? See if I can land the plane with this kind of a view. Probably not. Oh, alright, here we go. For 80 knots, this is looking pretty decent. Nice gradual flare. Take the power out. Get nice and slow. Minus 37, that's not bad. Wow. I'm happy with that. Here's our next turn. Let's go ahead and hit the brakes. Let's bring flaps half up. Or flaps off. I don't know why I said half. Go half, then up. Flaps all the way up. Alright, there's our turn, and we have a very short taxi to parking, which is nice. We're not even going to lean the mixture or anything. Shut the landing light off. Beware the truck. Yeah, he is marshalling us. There we are. Interesting he wasn't having us come around the other way, but whatever. Okay. So we'll go ahead and shut our nav lights off. Strobes stay on while the engine is running. Boost pump off. Fuel we don't need to leave do anything with. We can just leave as is. Torpedo heats off. Oh, those are good. We're good to go ahead and cut the engine off, the mixture to idle. Clear enunciators. Magneto's off. Strobe lights off. Avionics. 49-minute flight. Not bad. And alternators. Batteries off. And there we go. Alright, folks. Well, here we are on the ground at Cordova, Alaska. Yeah. Just look at that scenery. I remember the other day we taxied out and got on the runway, and the view was incredible that direction, but it was nice coming in this way too, especially get to fly over the town like that. What a beautiful area. Definitely have to do more flights in and out of here with how gorgeous the scenery is. But yeah, thanks for flying with me as always, and hope to have you aboard on the next one. Until then, take care, stay safe. We'll see ya.